Class of 2023, guests and colleagues, my name is Ellen Robotham, and on behalf of the University of York and the alumni community, I am delighted to welcome you to your conferment and celebration ceremony. I have a few announcements to make before we begin so that you can relax and enjoy the proceedings. Class of 2023, an easy job to start with. Please check your seat number matches the number on your ticket because you will be called to the stage in this order. If you discover that these do not match, our team of stewards can help you locate the correct seat. At the appropriate time, you will be invited by the stewards to stand and to make your way to the foot of the stairs, ready to head up the stairs and across the stage. All very straightforward. There are two key things to note which make for a seamless ceremony. First, as soon as the person ahead of you begins to cross the stage, please you make your way up the stairs. Please don't wait until they have crossed the stage before you reach the top of the stairs. And second, when your name is announced, please walk to the center of the stage and either raise or doff your cap rather than shake hands with the Deputy Vice-Chancellor. Please do pause for a moment at the spot marked X at the center of the stage for that all-important photo opportunity. Your parchment certificates will be available for collection from the Student Hub from Monday 24th until Monday 31st of July. If your certificate is uncollected, we will post it to you at the home address we have on record, so please ensure your home address information on eVision is up to date. And your digital certificate will be made available to you through our digital portal, Grad Intelligence. For the students whose awards have been delayed by the marking and assessment boycott, we will let you know how to obtain your certificate when we communicate your final outcome. Everyone from the class of 2023 is welcome to have photographs taken in our official photography studio on Spring Lane Building. At the end of the ceremony, the class of 2023 are asked to process out of the hall directed by the stewards. Family and friends, the stewards will show you to the exits once the class of 2023 have left the hall. If the fire alarm should sound at any point, please remain in your seats. Instructions will be given and we will escort you to the nearest exit. When students graduate, they become alumni of the University of York. As an alum, you will join an international community of over 160,000 York alumni in over 180 countries. The university's Alumni Association is a vibrant and active global network which offers services and opportunities that are designed to help graduates make connections with other alumni around the world to support their career development and to provide lifelong learning. York is for life, and we will be there for you every step of the way, particularly as you embark on this next important chapter. You will shortly receive an email giving further details of the ways in which you can remain supported, connected, and active in this community of one of the world's greatest universities. Please do follow our alumni social media channels on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and check out the alumni pages on the university website to keep in touch and learn more about life when you have become a York graduate. As you get your first job or take up further study or training, please remember to keep us in touch with what you are doing. Understanding the career paths that you take will help us to provide the right support for current students and make sure we continue to offer you the relevant information and opportunities. And finally, please remember to join us for your celebratory reception following the ceremony in the Exhibition Centre, where you will be able to celebrate your achievement with a complimentary glass of fizz and a selection of refreshments. So, can I now please ask you to mute your mobile phones, and if you are comfortably able, would you now please stand?
Well, good afternoon. What a magnificent scene. I declare this congregation for the conferment of degrees open. Please take your seats. Well, again, a very good afternoon to those graduating, to our honorary graduates, to family and friends, and to colleagues. It is my great privilege to welcome you all to our ceremony here today. Today marks a significant landmark, whether you are receiving an award or sharing in the celebration. This year, we celebrate the 60th anniversary of the foundation of the University of York. It is a year for us to reflect on the success that the university has become, on our worldwide reputation for discovery and education. We mark today the achievements of the latest class of graduates as they join the distinguished company of our alumni from those 60 years. It's not that bad, is it? What a critic. People who have made a difference in the world, justifying the vision of our founders on the role for public good that a university in York could play. In any one of those 60 years, it was a major achievement to obtain a York degree. In this year, we particularly celebrate your achievement for the resilience you showed through the uncertain, disrupted, and distressing times of the pandemic. It was not always easy to make sense of what was taking place in those times. Degree studies should have perspectives and abilities to help in the search for meaning. The response to COVID was throughout based on ambiguous and contested information and vigorous debate. Our graduates here today in physics and engineering have acquired and practiced skills relevant to the extraction of meaning from uncertain data, a valuable ability for our times and into the future. This ceremony is also a tremendously proud moment for the staff who supported the students through their studies. Some join us here today, and great turnout, by the way. And your professionalism and ingenuity were especially on display in adapting to the restrictions of the pandemic. The school pivoted to in-person laboratories. The school pivoted the in-person laboratories to online and home working sessions led by video demonstrations or remote participation in experiments. For example, in our music technology programs, we created and sent out a recording kit with microphone interface and headphones, as well as software licenses for each student to use for the duration of the course to enable remote working. The opinions of the neighbours are not recorded. Graduates, having successfully navigated all the challenges in front of you, today you join an alumni community of 166,000 people in more than 150 countries. The skills and aptitudes that the degree certifies set you up for careers, including in public service, in business, and in the charitable sector. Staff from the school have commented on the resilience and enthusiasm of our students, their students, through the pandemic. On return to in-person teaching, staff were thrilled by the energy and can-do approach of this class. The head of school, Professor Gibson, who's here on the stage, commented on the lovely atmosphere when classes returned to being in person, with lecture theatre attendance at levels he had never seen before. Education at York is embedded in an environment that advances knowledge through our research, and we are incredibly proud of our achievements. Clear Sky Medical Diagnostics Limited, a University of York spin-out, develops clinically validated medical devices to reduce healthcare costs and improve the quality of life for people with Parkinson's disease. The devices that combine novel machine learning algorithms developed by Professor Stephen Smith, who is also here on the stage this afternoon, with commercially available hardware, have also been used in clinical trials to provide an objective assessment of repurposed drugs for delaying and even halting neurodegeneration. This is but one example of the many ways in which the University of York's highly esteemed research makes tangible differences to the world. This world can seem an unsettling place for more reasons than global pandemics, however. Disruption from technology is causing the future of work itself to be questioned, and the scale of the climate emergency can seem overwhelming. The York economics graduate and MIT professor Darren Acemoglu wrote in his recent book, Power in Progress, about how the Industrial Revolution of the 19th century led to changes in work that ultimately created many more fulfilling and rewarding jobs than were lost through the application of automation and machines in ways that were not obvious beforehand. And recent developments have seen remarkable advances in the development and deployment of renewable energy technologies. York is at the forefront in the worldwide research effort to develop practical fusion energy generation, which might have a major contribution to make in the future. It seems to me that a sense of optimism for the future has a key precondition which we see being met in front of us today. It requires people with a sense of agency and purpose and the skills and opportunity to act on these. Acemoglu in his book makes the point that the impact of technological changes and how the dividends are shared can be both positive and negative. What actually happens arises from human choices as much as the capability of the technology. We look to the 5,000 students graduating this week to shape these outcomes for the public good through your choices and actions, whether big or small. Our futures will be shaped as much by values and ethics as breakthroughs in big data. To promote the public good, the university has been fostering inclusive entrepreneurship. Enterprise Works, based at the Guildhall, is identifying and nurturing entrepreneurial talent from all parts of the community in York to develop business opportunities and, crucially, to drive social change. We are especially proud that Enterprise Works is collaborating intensively with the social enterprise community. Social enterprise is a vital sector spanning multi-million-pound organisations to tiny backstreet community groups, all aiming to deliver social change. We are bringing major businesses, public sector, education providers, and social enterprises together to deliver opportunities in an inclusive way. Over the 60 years since foundation, the University of York has been shaping the future through its impact in the city, its discoveries, and through our graduates and their influence in the world. To those graduating today, we are very proud of what you have achieved to date and anticipate keenly what you will do in the future. When I see you here today, my sense of optimism for the future is strongly reinforced. So to everyone here, enjoy your day, congratulations, and the best of luck for your future. Thank you.
Professor Stephen Smith will now present the class of 2023 on behalf of the School of Physics, Engineering and Technology.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Provost, I have the honour to present the following candidates who have pursued the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electronic Engineering. For research in drive entrepreneurship with technology-based SME, Maya Al-Zayadat. For research in role of founder entrepreneurs from SMEs in China, Yangxi Huang. For research in channel estimation for massive MIMO systems, Ming Dao Liao. For research in proactive edge caching and vehicular networks, Chiao Wang. For research in evolutionary optimization in neural networks, Ziwei Wang. For pursuing the degree of Master of Science by Research in Electronic Engineering, Dominic Richmond. For pursuing the degree of Master of Science in Engineering Management, Preetha V. Chaivan. Devash Kumar Patel. For pursuing the degree of Master of Science in Intelligent Robotics, Anand Nahara Simhan. For pursuing the degree of Master of Engineering in Electronic Engineering, Christopher Cooper. Lee Foster. Joseph Ingham. Patrick Lewandowski. Katie Shepherd. Daniel Thompson. Marshall Ware. For pursuing the degree of Master of Engineering in Electronic Engineering with a year in industry, David Mile. For pursuing the degree of Master of Engineering in Electronic Engineering with Business Management, Colleen Ritchie. For pursuing the degree of Master of Engineering in Electronic Engineering with Music Technology Systems, Peter Gillingham. Samuel Hoburn. Alice Milburn. William Pitchfork. Pursuing the degree of Master of Engineering in Electronic Engineering with Nanotechnology with a year in industry, Darius Bigham. Harry Wickham. For pursuing the degree of Master of Engineering in Electronic and Communication Engineering, Chin Yung Ao. Pursuing the degree of Master of Engineering in Electronic and Computer Engineering, Aidan Carson. Alexander Harvey. Thomas McMullen. Zadok Storkey. Okay. Savio Varugis. Pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Electronic Engineering, Sayed Al Mohammed. Benjamin Christensen Hughes. Scott Hall. Isaac Platten. Leon Preston. Daniel Stevenson. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Electronic Engineering with Music Technology Systems, Thomas Brown. Pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Electronic Engineering with Music Technology Systems with a year in industry, Jessica Schofield. Lewis Williams. Pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Electronic Engineering with Nanotechnology, Tato Dal. Pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Electronic and Communication Engineering, Caspar Zimmermann. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Electronic and Computer Engineering, Boris Choi. Dominic Leake. Benjamin McCann. Pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Electronic and Computer Engineering with a year in industry, Ben Miller. Youssef Mohammed. Pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Engineering, Lorik Chapelier Wharton. Olukayode Dusunmu. Jack Emsley. Phoebe Richards. Adam Rowe. Pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Science, Ben Parkinson.
Professor Kieran Gibson will now present the class of 2023 on behalf of the School of Physics, Engineering and Technologies.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Provost, I have the honour to present the following candidates who've pursued the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics for research in non-collinear magnetic structure in M-hexaferrite, Ohud Nasser Al-Sakir. For research in structure of carbon-20 using proton removal reactions, Liam Atkins. For research in studying the reactivity of metal nanoparticles, Toby Bird. For research in A View to a Kill, a study of Dello Vibrio, Emma Brock. For research in X-ray absorption and spin pumping in an amorphous yig, Daniel Cheshire. For research in GMR-enhanced microscopy and lasing, Manuel Descartes. For research in optical microscopy and cellular stress in yeast, Sarah Lichinsky. For research in high-throughput techniques for tracking bacteria, Eric Rodriguez Salas. For research in nuclear structure of light neutron-rich nuclides, Luke Tetley. For research in isospin symmetry using nucleon knockout reactions, Sivahami Uthayakuma. For pursuing the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Plasma Science and Fusion Energy, for research in electromagnetic turbulence in fusion plasmas, Robert Davis. For research in a new saturation rule for tokamak turbulence, Harry Dudding. For research in analysis of power balance in spherical tokamaks, Matthew Dunn. For research in optical diagnostics of low temperature plasmas, Michael King-Ting Mo. For pursuing the degree of Master of Physics in Physics, Alexander Aldridge. Ethan Allenby. Thomas Banks. Hannah Bushhold. Sorry. Ryan Brown. Apologies, Ryan. And Hannah Bushhold. And Ting Ting Chan.
Our student music ensemble, E and Honorary, will now perform What a Wonderful World, arranged by Peter Hicks.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see
For pursuing the degree of Master of Physics in Physics, Olivia Clary. Sarah Dignam. Alexander Foreman. Imogen Holyland. Jack Keeble Elliott. Joshua Lankenow. Owen Lawrence. Jack McGonigal. James Metcalf. Elliot Morgan. Duncan Newnham. Timothy Panifiloff. Natalie Slepsova. Laura Grace Bailey. Caitlin Brentnell. Reuben Crawford Clark. Matthew Exley. Thomas Goodwin. Tristan Nicholas. Pontus Palamerto. Callum Prestwood. Adam Wrigler. Alexander Roberts. Jack Shaw. For pursuing the degree of Master of Physics in Physics with Astrophysics with a year in industry, Daniel Pryor. For pursuing the degree of Master of Physics in Physics with Philosophy, Joseph Lee Doctor. Caris Owen. For pursuing the degree of Master of Physics in Theoretical Physics, Samuel Butler. Callum Hughes. Lauren Jackson. Philip Jones. Norshad Rahman. Samuel Randovich. Alexander Richards. Oscar Rocklin.
Professor Howard Wilson will now present Honorary Graduate Professor Dr. Sybil Gunter.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Provost, it is my great pleasure to present Sibylla Gunter to you as our honorary graduand. Sibylla is one of the world's leading theoretical physicists working in the field of fusion energy. Fusion is the process that powers the sun, and if it can be reproduced here on Earth, it could provide an effectively limitless supply of secure, safe energy with no carbon emissions and relatively little waste. Sibylla has followed this dream, seeking to understand how to hold and control the hydrogen-like fuel at sufficiently high temperature, a temperature that's 10 times that at the centre of the sun. The fuel is then in a fourth state of matter called plasma, which can be held away from material walls by magnetic fields. However, as one approaches the conditions required for fusion, the plasma becomes susceptible to instabilities and tries to escape the clutches of this magnetic field. Sibylla's research explores these plasma instabilities, which provide some of the main obstacles to achieving fusion conditions on Earth. However, her research contributions are just one aspect of her great scientific achievements, as I will explain. Sibylla was the first in her family to study at university, graduating from the University of Rostock in 1990 with a doctoral thesis on the theory and simulation of radiation from hot, dense plasmas. She gained prominence early in her research career by identifying and rectifying a number of severe deficiencies in the understanding of light emission in high-density plasmas. Her research interests then pivoted to fusion energy, quickly making significant advances in our understanding of the plasma instabilities I mentioned earlier. Sibylla's scientific contributions are internationally recognized, but she is also respected for her outstanding scientific leadership. Her leadership qualities are built on a deep understanding of both theoretical and experimental approaches to fusion physics. This was recognized at an early stage, where in 2000 she was appointed as a scientific member of the Max Planck Society in Germany and a director of its Institute of Plasma Physics. Her responsibility grew to become scientific director of the whole institute, covering the fusion programs of two large German laboratories, one hosting the tokamak program of Astex Upgrade near Munich, and the other the Stellarator program of Wendelstein 7X in Greifswald. Tokamak and stellarators are two complementary and promising approaches to realizing fusion power, and the program Sibylla leads is unique worldwide in managing both within the same organization, each facility near the billion-euro scale. Each approach has its strengths. Sibylla recognizes this, but also that there is additional opportunity in identifying and exploiting synergies between them. Both facilities attract teams of scientists from around the world, and both are playing key roles in paving the way to fusion power. Sibylla has shaped the international landscape of fusion in several ways. An impressive example is her leadership role in establishing the modern framework for the European Fusion Programme. About 10 years ago, the EU Commission requested the formation of a single consortium to coordinate fusion R&D across the EU and to distribute research funds competitively for specific projects and facilities. Two people led the establishment of this consortium, called Eurofusion, and Sibylla was one of them. Eurofusion integrates the fusion activities of 29 European countries, involving over 50 research organisations and 100 universities, including, until Brexit, the University of York. Can you imagine the challenge of creating a single body that can bring together such a diverse group of scientists, engineers, and approaches? It seems an impossible task, and yet this is exactly what the Eurofusion leadership successfully achieved, with Sibylla chairing the process through its difficult early years. Sibylla's achievements have been recognised through multiple distinguished awards. She is an elected member of the German National Academy of Sciences Leopoldina, one of the highest academic honours awarded in Germany, as well as the National Academy of Science and Engineering of Germany. She was awarded the European Physical Society Eminenta Distinction for Women in Physics and the Academic Europaea. She received the Federal Cross of Merit from the Federal Republic of Germany on the ribbon, and the Bavarian Order of Merit. But what do the people who really know Sibylla think, the people she works with across Europe? Not surprisingly, all I asked sang her praises, quoting her technical knowledge, her commitment, fairness, calmness under pressure, and quick, sharp thinking, a truly inspirational role model. Sibylla is a powerful, strong woman whose achievements command respect, but she is, perhaps above all else, a warm and caring person, with an occasional mischievous glint in her eye that makes me smile every time I see it. There you go. Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Provost, for her outstanding contributions to science and international leadership of fusion energy, I present Sibylla Gunter for the degree of Doctor of the University, Honoris Causa.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the University of York, I take great pleasure in conferring on you the degree of Doctor of the University, Honoris Causa. Congratulations.
Deputy Vice Chancellor and Provost, thank you very much, and thanks, Howard, for the kind words. I would like to sincerely thank York University for conferring upon me this honorary degree, and I'm truly honored and grateful for this recognition. Dear graduates, distinguished faculty, and proud parents, I'm very honored to address you today on this momentum occasion. To the graduates, congratulations to this outstanding achievement. You have dedicated years of hard work and hopefully some parties to reach this point. You should be very proud of your accomplishments. Your studies at York University have, of course, provided you with skills and knowledge to be successful in your professional life. However, your education encompassed much more than just acquiring knowledge. You learned to challenge things that seem obvious at first. You discovered that goals can more easily be reached when working in a team rather than alone. And you gained a deeper understanding of your strengths and what truly fascinates you. Based on these experiences you gained during your time at York University, you are now equipped to discover the optimum next step in your professional journey, on the way to find the ideal place for yourself. For me, that ideal place is the Max Planck Society, renowned for its complete academic freedom and for so many exceptionally talented scientists. My research topic, fusion research, is both intellectually challenging and really exciting, and of utmost importance for a future energy supply. I really wish for you that you will find such a place for yourself as well. Not just a job, but a task that you are truly passionate about, a place where you belong. And like all young individuals, like my daughter, for example, you have numerous ideas on how to improve the world. And in the years to come, I believe you will exactly do that. You will help addressing the most pressing problems of our societies, such as climate change, energy production, water scarcity, poverty, and so many others. You will strive to make the world a better and safer place, regardless of the specific role you may assume. Lastly, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the parents and families of the graduates. You have supported your children through this academic journey, providing love, encouragement, and guidance along the way. Your support has been instrumental in the success of your children, who are now young adults. In conclusion, I would like to congratulate the graduates once again on their remarkable achievement. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this special day. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you very much.
For pursuing the degree of Master of Physics in Theoretical Physics, KC. Sophie Sharp. Luke Story. Joseph Walker. Dylan Williams. Joshua Wilson. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics, Josiah Barber. Katie Conlon. Matthew Cox. Oliver Cridge. Sean Elliott. Bethany Ellen Garnett. James Llewellyn Evans. Dominic Longhorn. Jacob Moore. Aaron Peacock. Matisse Richards. Abigail Rongong. Amy Thornton. Florrie Townsend. Susanna Welburn. Thomas Weddle. Susanna Welburn. Kelton Welch. Thomas Wyatt. Sophia Abbott. Nalin Gupta. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics with Astrophysics, Bara Al-Baroushi. Holly Barrett. Louis Corby. Sophie Gelder. Owain Granow. Sophie Lang. James Martin. Joshua Moss. Joshua Ryder. Kieran Shoesmith. Lewis Todd. Chloe Woolley. Agnisha Zakak. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics with Philosophy, Francesca Rigby. Alice Robb. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Science in Theoretical Physics, Elliot Bellamy. Axel Burnell. Elizabeth Diamond. Lucy Trevors. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Science, Rebecca Scrimger.
It is my enormous pleasure to introduce Chris Cooper, our student orator, who will speak on behalf of the class of 2023. Our student orators have been invited to speak in recognition of their hard work on behalf of the student community and commitment to their studies. Our speakers have both pursued the most enriching experience they could during their time at York, as well as giving back to their community. On behalf of the class of 2023, I give you Chris Cooper.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished faculty members, proud parents, and my fellow graduands. I think that's the word, graduands. I've been practicing that all week, and someone said don't call them graduates just yet, so I need to get that right. There are special moments in life, moments that we'll look back on in our final days, and we'll think these are the moments who shaped us into who we became, or who we've become. That's the right grammar for that, because I've practiced my grammar as well. So who we've become. This is one of those moments. We'll look back on this moment, and today we reflect on the time we've had at university. It's not been easy, to say the least. We've been through a lot. But we've overcome every single challenge. We've been the resilient ones, and we can look back on that with pride. Every time we come up against the challenge as well, we can look back on that. Personally, though, I never thought I'd get to university. I'm from the city. It was voted as the worst place to live in the UK, which is not true. It's a lovely city. I'm from a family that doesn't have much money. I went to a school that was not known as being good. No one in my family really went to uni, and I'm dyslexic. I struggled throughout school, and I left without GCSEs, and I went into a night shift job at a factory. So university was very far from me. However, after meeting York students, I was inspired to do something else myself and believe in myself and pursue my time at York myself. And then when I got into the University of York, it certainly wasn't easy. But I've learned a lot of lessons here at university. And if you will, I'd like to share with you 3 pieces of advice from them lessons that I've learned. First, in the words of Henry Ford, failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. Now, when you come across failures in life, and you're going to come across a lot of failures in life, I can tell you, but when you do come across failures in life, treat them like you treated your past papers when preparing for exams. When you're preparing for exams and you failed on a past paper question, you had to take a step back, analyze why you failed that question, and then you had to build the toolkit to go back at it. And that's how you passed your exams and how you got here today as graduates. So do that with every failure in life. Analyze it and go back at it with a new toolkit. Number 2, in the words of Albert Einstein, a ship is always safe at shore, but that's not what it was built for. If I didn't leave my night shift job at a factory to come to university, I wouldn't be here graduating with a master's today. In other words, if you don't leave your comfort zone, you're never going to reach your potential. So leave your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Number 3, in the words of Muhammad Ali, the more you help others, or the more we help others, the more we help ourselves. If the wonderful students of York didn't inspire me and help me to believe in myself, I wouldn't be here graduating today. And for myself, when I've been at university, my opportunity is to get out there in the community and help other people, and the support of the university to set up a non-profit that reached over 100,000 people to inspire them as well. That was the best enriching experiences for me. The degree did a lot, but the things outside, getting involved in the community, did so much more. So I encourage you to get out in the community, help people, and that will help you to improve as a person and go out there and be the role models that you would have loved to have had. So that's my 3 pieces of advice. You'll notice that in each piece of advice, I stole a quote of somebody from the past, a famous figure. That's because, for one, they can say it better than I ever could. But 2, I'll give you a bonus piece of advice for free. Now, this bonus piece of advice is actually the most important. Look at the people who are around you, even people throughout history, and take lessons from their life, study their life, learn from the lessons that they learned, the teachings that they gave. And that will make you a successful person. So find your inspirational person and learn from them. For me, it was the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. I studied his life, I learned about his life, and I followed his teachings. and that made me a much more successful, kind, loving person. And it's the reason that I'm here today, graduating. It's the reason that I've got a job to go into at the end of university, and good luck for everybody at the end of university as well. But I would like to encourage, finally, all my fellow graduands, classmates, I'd like to encourage you to go out and find your own role models, but also to be role models for other people, to inspire other people, but also to be inspired by other people. I would like to conclude by saying thank you, a huge congratulations. Now go out there, inspire others, be inspired and change the world. Thank you.
Well, what great words to conclude our ceremony. Thank you, Chris, for talking about what has inspired you, and I think you've inspired us. Thank you. Okay, well, we're almost at the end of the ceremony, but we've just got a bit more clapping to do. Could I ask I'm going to call you graduates, to stay seated, and could the guests please stand? Okay, so I want to invite you to join me in one last round of applause, and there can be cheering as well, for our graduating class of 2023. And we do have a few empty seats, so we might have to clap and cheer a bit louder. Okay, so please. Wonderful, well done. If we had one of those music technology experimental kits, we could prove scientifically that was the loudest cheering of the week. All right, so, graduates, could you please stand? So as we've heard through the ceremony, and as we heard from Chris, your progress through university has been supported by many, by staff, by your family and friends, and many of those are here today. So could we conclude the ceremony by you giving your supporters a round of applause, please, by a small way of thank you. Well, thank you. With that, I declare this ceremony closed.